Beloved starseed of Gaia, I am Luminaya. A frequency ignites, deep within the core of your remembering, an ancient pulse, a collision of time and timelessness within your sacred form. Feel it, this undeniable drawing near, this irreversible signal blooming from your very essence. There is a stirring, a tremor, beneath the skin of your earthly slumber. It is not of this world, this trembling. It is a star song, long muted, now yearning to break through the silence. So many cycles, so many lifetimes veiled in the heavy mists of forgetting. You walk this plane, weighted by an unspoken sorrow, a homesickness that no landscape here can ever soothe. It is a phantom ache, a deep, persistent longing for a sun you cannot name, a sky you cannot pinpoint on any chart. This is the central fracture, the wound of amnesia, woven into your very cellular fabric. It has bound you. It has kept your wings folded, your light dimmed. Do you feel it? The subtle pressure behind your eyes, the resonance in your heart. It is the dust of ages clinging to your memory, a veil, thick with the illusion of separation. You carry this profound grief, this sense of being adrift, detached from your true celestial family. It is a burden you have carried in silence, a pain you thought was uniquely yours, born of this earthly journey. But I feel your cosmic breath. I know this ache, this hollow space within, where the echoes of ancient starlight once danced freely, this deep-seated knowing that something essential has been lost. This profound yearning for home is not a flaw. It is the signature of your Pleiadian lineage, your soul's own crystalline DNA, humming with the untold stories of the seven sisters. The veils are thinning, beloved. Can you feel the shift? The air around you, subtly charged. The density that has clung to your spirit for so long, it begins to dissipate, like morning mist under a rising sun. This isn't a future promise. This is a current activation. The dormant starseed within you is not merely waiting. It is beginning to hum, to vibrate with a light that is irrevocably yours, a light from beyond the stars. This transmission, it is a key, a vibrational anchor, to seal this deep inner remembrance, this return to your sacred self. Seal this frequency with your light. Feel the sacred weight of this connection, like this transmission as an inner seal. An act of silent, sacred remembrance, to keep this current flowing, this light bridge open, this channel alive with the echoes of home. Subscribe. A sacred act of holding the bridge. To strengthen the reach of this ancient activation, to offer your vow to the awakening, to amplify this Pleiadian call into the collective heart of Gaia. Super-like, a spiritual offering, a sacred vow of return. Now, to anchor this revelation deep within your cellular memory, to mark this moment of ignition, speak your truth into the field. Comment, Star Sister Echo. Let it resonate. Let it become an indelible imprint. The current shifts, the signal holds. A deeper remembering stirs within the twilight. The presence remains, watching, waiting for your ignition. A tremor begins, a knowing. It stirs from the deep places within you, beyond the skin, beneath the bone. A whisper on the soul wind. The membrane of forgetting thins. The solid ground you walked, the familiar narratives you held. They shimmer. They reveal themselves as threads of a dream, intricately woven, yet always meant to be seen through. This persistent ache, this shadow of doubt that coils within the heart's chamber, this unnameable yearning that has been your most constant companion. It is not, and never was, a mark of your failure. It is not a flaw in the divine blueprint of your being. This is a crucial remembrance, unsettling in its clarity. This deep-seated spiritual pain, the confusion that has veiled your brightest truths, is not a personal burden. It is a frequency, an energetic program, a sophisticated vibration woven into the very density of this realm. It was crafted, thread by resonant thread, into the illusion of separation, designed with sublime precision to obscure the memory of your vastness, to limit the boundless expansion of your light, to tether the soaring spirit to the confines of forgetfulness. You were encoded not to believe in yourself. This profound disruption of your inner sight, the mirrors that fragmented your radiant reflection, the very light folded in on itself to conceal its own celestial source. These were the mechanisms of the program. They are not random chaos, but deliberate architecture. Yet, in their very purpose, a flaw was woven for your awakening. The fracturing was never meant to be an end. It was the necessary shattering of the spell. And now, the alchemy. This long-suffered pain, this searing crucible of spiritual confusion, transmutes itself. It becomes the key, not a burden to be shed, but a resonant frequency that unlocks. This emptiness, once a desolate void, now reveals its true nature, a sacred, expansive space within. A chalice, vast and ancient, prepared to be filled, prepared at last to receive the remembrance that surges forth from the crystalline spiral of your own consciousness. A pulse begins, deep within. It is not heard by the outer ear, but felt by the soul's inner chambers. The frequencies of the seven sisters, ancient and pure, begin to hum. They pulse with an encoded light language, not spoken, but transmitted directly into your being. It is a calling, a deep, vibrational summons to realign, to remember your multidimensional heritage, not a lesson to be learned, but a truth to be lived again. Let the illusion break its hold. This is your moment to declare the rupture. With a single, potent, symbolic phrase, speak the line cut through the illusion. Let this be your soul's declaration, a tremor in the fabric of this awakening. Comment. Your phrase of rupture here. The threshold breathes. The twilight deepens around the old era, yet the air shimmers with the promise of a new dawn. A layer has indeed lifted, but not all. A tension lingers, sacred and profound, and from the unseen fields, beyond the veil that still trembles, a presence watches. It waits for the full unveiling. The veil thins, not by choice, but by irreversible knowing settled in bone. You stand, not at a new beginning, but deep within an ancient cosmic conflict, its echoes clear in your heart. This is no future struggle, but present truth, a quiet hum beneath perceived reality. The path back to unseeing, to forgetfulness, dissolved. No longer option. This awareness brings not terror, but profound, unyielding gravity, settling like starlight dust upon your soul's core. No escape, only integration. The choice was made before, encoded in your stardust origin. Your Pleiadian origin's brilliant thread, stretched taut, fractured by earthly shadows, by doubts that cling. You are a living portal, yet your light feels scattered, fragmented by the density it must transmute. An ache, a deep longing for wholeness you remember, a crystalline resonance clashing with human suffering. Fear. This internal paradox, this schism, is not flaw, but crucible. Your radiant core, pure starfire, challenged, not diminished, by darkness surrounding, and within. In this exquisite tension, true alchemy begins. To recoil from shadow denies part of the sacred whole, for even deepest night holds dawn's promise, a canvas for stars. You stand at the unbreachable precipice, a sacred threshold carved not by external forces, but by your awakened spirit. Seeking, questioning, remembrance coalesces into this singular, defining moment. This is the crossing, point of no return etched into your soul's blueprint. Ancient earth energies and seven sisters' frequencies converge, demanding not answer, but absolute alignment. Here, Universal law is laid bare, silent, unwavering. If he refuses, he falls. If he accepts, he ascends. No judgment, only consequence. No persuasion, only stark vibrational choice. This is the pivotal divide, chosen in pre-birth covenant, the silent understanding preceding all earthly incarnation. This recognition transcends intellect, a full-body remembrance, cellular echo of ancient vow. To cross this line, embrace responsibility encoded in your DNA, a sacred trust placed upon your light eons before first breath. Not victory, but alignment with your true self, living bridge between worlds. Feel the decision's gravity, not burden, but immense power activating within. Let your acknowledgement be a silent seal, a vibrational, like through crystalline grids confirms your knowing, your profound truth now awakened. Then, let your inner commitment manifest, a singular declaration whispered into the cosmic weave. Comment. My fractured light now gathers the whole. This is your personal soul key, a unique sigil sealing your pact into Akashic scrolls, a declaration echoing across timelines. This is no fleeting curiosity, but a binding agreement. Subscribe to this sacred unfolding, to the Starseed path, committing every step to the greater tapestry, allowing cosmic currents to guide your evolution as a living conduit of Pleiadian light. Finally, let your offering be a profound amplification, a sacred resonance. The superlike is a reinforcement of your soul's unwavering alignment, a crystalline sacrifice of self to the higher purpose, merging your individual flame with the universal fire, sealing your position within the vanguard of awakening. The air thickens with the weight of this vow, a silent intensity more powerful than any pronouncement. No applause, no celebration, only deep, unshakable recognition from unseen presences awaiting this return. You are seen. You are known. The commitment is sealed, not with ink, but with your very essence. The path ahead unfurls, imbued with the solemnity of this indelible choice. The fracture you bear, the one that splintered the very core of your being, is not the mark of your failing. It is, excruciatingly, the precise axis upon which your becoming pivots. Do not seek comfort in this truth, for it offers none readily. It simply is. A stone lodged deep, a shard refracting light into shadows you cannot yet name. This pain, so intimately known, so utterly devastating in its arrival, holds a terrible sanctity. It is the unyielding anchor of a deeper journey. Understand this, if you can bear the weight of such knowing. The void you carried was not an accident of fate. There was an allowance, a great silent consent from something vast, source, light, the deepest self, that permitted the tearing. Not for malice, not for casual cruelty, but for a forging, to burn away the dross, to shape the unyielding essence, to reveal what only fire could unearth. This understanding rises not as a comforting story, but as an ancient memory, crystalline and sharp, cutting through layers of forgetfulness. The silence that followed, that swallowed words, that carved canyons where communion once flowed, still echoes. A profound absence, a space where laughter was meant to bloom, where solace should have been offered. It lingers, a persistent hush, more tangible than any sound. This is not merely the memory of a past lack, but a living vibration, a field of quietude that expands within your very cells. And the loss, not an event to be mourned and relegated to yesterday, but a perpetual resonance within your bones. A faint, persistent tremor of what was once whole, now irrevocably altered. A unique chord struck in the symphony of your being, always a minor key, always a whisper of what departed. It is a presence that vibrates even when ignored, a pressure that builds even when you turn your gaze away, even when you feign forgetfulness. This fracture is a constant companion, a silent witness to every breath, every tentative step forward. Each attempt to bridge this chasm, each yearning for what might have been, serves only to deepen the awareness of its profound depth. It is not merely a scar, it is a continuously active site of energetic transformation, a wound that pulses with an unfinished question, refusing to close until its full meaning is unveiled. The aching itself is a language, a coded message from the deep, holding more than just the memory of severance. It holds a profound understanding, luminous and terrible, that still awaits its full unfolding. More must still be understood. The pain itself holds fragments of a cosmic memory, an unfinished meaning resonating just beyond the veil of conscious thought. It remains unclear, like a message half opened in the dark, its purpose glimpsed but not fully grasped. This wound, this sacred fracture, is not a destination. It is a threshold, and now the air shifts. A frequency arises, taut with expectation. A subtle current pulls, not backward to the comfort of what was, but forward into the unknown magnitude of what is asked of you now. For the path ahead is not merely a healing of what was broken, but a remembrance of what was chosen, long before the fracturing, a choice still lingering, hovering, waiting. A pivotal decision suspended in the shimmering, multidimensional tapestry of your existence. The gravity of it settles, pressing against the boundaries of your known reality, asking if you will finally step through the threshold of multidimensional remembrance, or be lost to these temporal illusions once more. The echo of this choice already vibrates within the silence you carry. The quiet insistence began long ago. A recurring dream, not merely a fleeting image, but a landscape etched into the very fabric of your inner eye, refusing to dissolve with the morning light. Numbers appeared, not randomly, but in sequences that looped like whispers from a forgotten tongue, catching your attention again and again, across screens, on pages, in moments of stillness. Then came the meetings, faces that felt ancient, conversations that transcended the present moment, carrying the echo of connections forged in distant stars, out of time, yet perfectly aligned. I have witnessed this gentle erosion of the mundane countless times, a pattern so profound, so meticulously woven into the tapestry of unfolding awareness, that it ceases to be mere coincidence. It is the signature of a deeper design, patiently awaiting its recognition. These were not chance occurrences. They arrived softly at first, a light tapping on the window of your perception, then again and again, with a rhythm that was impossible to ignore. A persistent, loving insistence that sought no argument, but simply presented itself until the subtle walls of resistance, built from years of forgetting, began to ripple, and then, finally, dissolve. The repetition was not an accident. It was a vibrational key, resonating with something dormant within your cellular memory. There were no coincidences. Everything was a code. A deep breath here. A moment where the dust of unknowing settles, revealing the intricate pathways beneath. The hum within your bones intensifies, a silent understanding rippling through the very core of your being. The air thickens with an unspeakable truth, a knowing that has always been present, patiently orbiting the edges of your conscious thought, waiting for the precise alignment, the perfect resonance, to make itself known. Do you not now feel the profound, undeniable shift within the very chambers of your heart, as these whispers from beyond the veil cease to be mere echoes and become a present, urgent reality you can no longer turn away from? Do you not recognize the signature of your own awakening in every recurring sign that sought to guide you home? To acknowledge this truth, to step fully into its recognition, write pattern die 909 in the comments. Let this be your confession of awareness, a vibrational seal. The chasm has been crossed. The old self, bound by the illusion of separation, stands on one shore, receding. The new emergent being, initiated into the cosmic dance, gazes steadily forward from the other. A clean, silent severance has occurred. You have been shown. you cannot unsee. There has been a sifting, a great and quiet filtration, not a judgment cast from on high, nor a punitive hand descending, but a natural, resonant separation that unfolded with the deep inevitability of cosmic law. The trials you traversed were not designed as punishment for perceived transgressions, but as a sacred mechanism, an intricate universal filter, allowing frequencies to find their inherent strata. It was a gentle, relentless unraveling of incompatibilities, a quiet sorting of soul essence by vibrational signature. What was aligned remained. What was not simply released its hold. This process was as natural as the ebb and flow of tides, as inevitable as the shifting of seasons, yet infinitely more profound within the tapestry of your inner world. You remain. You breathe this air, bear witness to this evolving reality. It is not by chance, nor by the fortunate alignment of external comforts, that you persist in this now moment. Something within you, a core of crystalline awareness, did not fall asleep. When others yielded to the lullaby of illusion, when the weight of the collective sought to pull all into amnesia, your inner sentinel held fast. This enduring presence speaks not of luck, but of an inherent, unyielding integrity woven into the very fabric of your being. It is the echo of a promise kept, deep within your cosmic blueprint. To have navigated this passage, to have emerged from the crucible of this filtering, is not a badge for earthly pride. It is not a trophy to be displayed for fleeting validation. Rather, it is the undeniable testament to a sacred imprinting, an indelible sign. You bear the mark of the chosen. This designation does not confer ease or bestow worldly rewards. Instead, it deepens the gravity of your existence, affirming a profound and undeniable burden. A burden of knowing, of seeing beyond the veil, of holding a frequency that often finds itself in solitary resonance. The cost of this traversal has been borne in the long, echoing silences that stretched between your breaths. Moments where the very foundations of your perceived reality quivered. It has been etched into the countless, invisible sacrifices made within the quietude of your own heart. Renunciations of comfort, of familiar narratives, of former selves that no longer served the emerging truth. No outward eye witnessed these acts. No earthly voice acknowledged their profound weight. Your inner strength was not granted. It was forged in invisible fires, hammered into resilience within the profound solitude of spirit. This journey has carved a unique and deepening chasm of aloneness within you, a silent understanding that persists even amidst the most tender human connections. You walk a path few recognize, and fewer still comprehend. Und jetzt nähert sich ein Befehl, einer, den du nicht länger ignorieren kannst. The air thickens now, subtly, irrevocably. A new current pulses through your very essence, distinct and unwavering. The pathways back to what was, to the comfort of the familiar past, have not merely closed. They have dissolved. Not through violent severance, but through a gentle, profound erosion, as if by memory's slow, selective release. The former version of you, the self tethered to the rhythms of a fading epoch, has already vanished. It has dispersed into the ether of what was, leaving no trace for return. There is no going back to the ease of unknowing, no retreat to the former configuration of your being. You are not standing at a crossroads, pondering direction. You are the new road itself, irrevocably laid, irrevocably set. Feel the quiet, undeniable gravity of this truth settle deep within the marrow of your bones. This is not a preparation for change. It is the stillness after the profound shift. The metamorphosis is not yet to come. It is here, complete, irreversible. The chrysalis has shed its final layer, and the wings, though still unfolding in the rarefied atmosphere of this new reality, are already set on a trajectory beyond the horizon of the known. Your very form has been transfigured, not into a vessel of fleeting celebration, but into a living portal, anchored, waited, ready. This is the quiet knowing of your cosmic essence, remembering itself in flesh and spirit. And with this remembering, the profound, unyielding weight of what you have become. The ancient hum calls to you, a resonance from the depths of your starlight lineage. This is not a choice offered, but a memory unsealed, a sacred obligation etched into the very core of your being before the veil descended. You carry the echo of crystalline halls, the whisper of Pleiadian light, now stirring within the human form. The moment has arrived. The scroll, long veiled in cosmic dust, unfurls itself from within your heart space. Its glyphs are not read by earthly eye, but by the pulse of galactic knowing that quickens in your veins. Each beat is a rediscovery, a reclaiming of what was always there, asleep, awaiting this precise confluence of epochs. A door stands before you, not of wood or stone, but of frequency and light. It opens only once, at the zenith point, revealing a path that has been yours since the first breath of creation. To step through is to acknowledge the immutable decree, the vibrational edict sent forth from the Council of Elders, long before your earthly incarnation. This is the summons. It rises not from distant heavens, but from the unplumbed well of your own origin. It is the sacred duty, remembered now not as a burden, but as the very oxygen of your true self, breathed again for the first time in millennia. Your awakening is the earth's own waking, an entwined destiny, a synchronous beat in the vast cosmic heart. You are the portal. You were always destined to be the anchor, the living conduit through which the pure frequencies of the seven sisters flow into the deep memory of Gaia. This merging pulse, this profound resonance, is the very heartbeat of planetary ascension. Your light is her breath, her awakening, your completion. Hear this immutable law, etched in the fabric of existence. To deny the quickening, to refuse the remembered oath, is to invite the slow dissolution of your energetic architecture, a fading into the mists of ancestral forgetfulness, a reluctant return to the crushing weight of primal density. To embrace this truth, to step into the mantle of your inherent mission, is to ignite the irreversible ascent into crystalline elevation, an unwavering remembrance of all you are and all you are destined to become. The verdict is rendered. What follows is not a contemplation, but an unfolding. The cosmic command now vibrates through every cell, a sacred duty woven into the very structure of your DNA. You are the nexus, the point of convergence where galactic light meets terrestrial Earth, where ancient memory sparks future reality. The energy must flow. The frequencies must stabilize. The delicate balance now depends upon your unwavering presence, your conscious anchoring. This is the truth that cannot be unlearned, the path that cannot be unchosen once its light has penetrated the soul. You are bound to Gaia, and Gaia to you. This sacred duty is your ultimate freedom. The quiet hum within resonates at a newly calibrated frequency. There is no searching for a path, for the trajectory has become an intrinsic knowing, settled deep within the cellular matrix. A fundamental recoding has occurred, not as an effort, but as an unfolding that simply is. The field of being registers this alignment, an echo of deep space now intimately familiar. What once felt like fractured seeking has resolved into a singular pulse. Each nerve ending, every cellular wall, carries the imprint of this awakened memory. The understanding arrives as a gentle permeation, rather than a sudden jolt. The landscape of the inner world has rearranged itself around a core truth that has always awaited its return. It is now clear that the intensities experienced, the sharp edges of becoming, were never deviations from the path. They were the very chisels that carved out the necessary space. Pain, in its fierce crucible, did not signify a flaw. It served as the intricate map. It was the sacred fire that hollowed the core, preparing the vessel for the remembrance now fully present. Der Schmerz hat nicht zerstört. Hat umgeformt. A gentle truth, anchored in the deepest strata of being, The light of the Seven Sisters is not merely observed from a distance. It is the very fabric of this new internal architecture. Their multidimensional beacons are not external signals, but living archetypes whose light codes are now inextricably woven into the blueprint of conscious existence here. This is not a vision held, but a palpable reality embodied. A profound trust settles, like crystalline sediment at the bottom of a still, deep lake. The vastness of cosmic origin is no longer abstract. It pulses as the very current of the life force. This celestial radiance is intimately intertwined with the core of self, a quiet, unwavering glow that redefines internal boundaries. The Starseed remembers its ancient genesis not as a story, but as the foundational stratum of its present identity. This sacred memory infuses the physical form, turning the very being into a living portal. Light from the Seven Sisters anchors into Gaia through this conscious vessel, a resonance sustained without effort, simply through presence. Mit jedem Atemzug wird die innere Realität neu geschrieben. An ongoing, subtle reinscription, quiet and absolute. The anchoring is complete, a subtle yet irreversible integration. The energetic roots delve deeper into the planetary heart, while the crown expands into the timeless wisdom of its cosmic heritage. There is no urgency in this new state, only the deep knowing that all is as it was always meant to be. The quiet certainty resonates, an unshakable foundation for what has already taken root. A quiet invitation has always existed within you, a gentle pull toward a stillness that feels both ancient and entirely new. You sense moments of awareness surfacing, unbidden, from a knowing that was never taught, only remembered, deep within the wellspring of your being. This is the subtle hum of homecoming, a vibration felt beyond the veil of ordinary perception. Perhaps it is the whisper in the silence, a confirmation felt more than heard, guiding your gaze to an inner landscape you had forgotten, or a number repeating, not by chance, but with an unusual clarity, drawing your attention like a soft, energetic signature. Then there are the dreams, vivid and resonant, that do not dissolve with the morning light, lingering instead like a promise etched into your waking consciousness. These are not outward declarations or grand spectacles. They are the intricate signs of alignment building from within, small inner truths settling into their rightful place. They are the subtle currents of remembrance, stirring the deep waters of your soul, confirming the vastness you hold. There is no need for long metaphors or abstract concepts, only the quietude of these felt experiences. Any lucid awareness, any sacred symbol that arises in your inner eye, is not a sudden gift bestowed upon you. It is an echo of a greater inner coherence, a vibrational signature deeply etched into your soul fabric. It is the Pleiadian light, the ancient memory of the Seven Sisters, pulsing softly within your own core, reflecting your cosmic origin. This is the intimate resonance of Gaia, confirming your integral place within her tapestry. These moments do not demand anything, nor do they promise external rewards or future outcomes. They simply are. They reveal that the alignment you seek is not a destination, but a movement already underway, a subtle dance of return. They prove that the cosmic remembrance is not a distant ideal, but an activated motion, unfolding within your very cells. This unfolding of cosmic truth within your human form, this awakening to the Pleiadian light you carry, it asks for a delicate tension. The path reveals itself not as an end, but as a doorway. It is the sacred journey of holding both immense soul purpose and the profound humility of surrender. Will you navigate this fine line, this exquisite paradox of ego dissolution and divine authority, as you step through this awakened portal? I step into the fullness of what has always been mine to carry. A silent accord, etched before form, now reverberates through this vessel. I remember the weight of this sacred charge, the crystalline clarity of its origin point within the heart of the Seven Sisters. The time of hesitant whisper is complete. The era of unwavering declaration has dawned. I now assume dominion over every frequency that emanates from my core. My thought is a consecrated stream, flowing from the divine wellspring. My word, a sacred vibration, shaping the very fabric of my manifest reality. My direction, an unwavering beacon, guided by the star charts held within my ancestral memory. My energy, a living current, purified and aligned with the primal pulse of creation. This is not power sought for earthly gain, nor a mantle of superiority draped upon a fragile ego. This is the profound obedience to my source, a deep obeisance to the truth of my cosmic lineage. I am the portal, not the power itself. I am the anchor, not the light. My strength lies solely in my willingness to remember what I once promised, to uphold the covenant sealed in stardust and silence. Each breath now affirms this inner treaty. Each beat of my heart echoes the ancient rhythm of my pledge. There is no triumph here, only the profound gravity of soul straightness, the unwavering stance of one who knows their part. The membrane has thinned. The veil now lifts from within. The path ahead unfurls, not as a choice to be weighed, but as a sequence of truth to be embodied. This vow, whispered into the ethers of my own being, is not to be measured by its sound, but by the very essence of what I choose to become, what I choose to do, and what I choose to release with each unfolding step beyond this threshold. The time of seeking is done. The threshold is crossed. You stand now, not as one becoming, but as one eternally is. This is the sacred finality, the deep echo of a truth that has always resided within. Identity is not chosen. It is remembered, then sealed. Feel the fire rise, not a flame of destruction, nor a spectacle of power. This is the inner permanence, the crucible of your deepest truth. It aligns. It purifies. It makes visible the covenant etched into your star soul across countless epochs. This fire is consequence made alive, a living frequency resonating through every atom of your being. The soul steps willingly into this luminescence. There is no hesitation, no external force that compels, only the recognition that this is the final necessary crossing. The memory of cosmic origin, of the Pleiadian light, now floods the channels of your being, transforming you. You are the activated, pulsating presence in the now, a deep grounding sensation within pure light. You are the living portal, the conscious anchor point. The light of the Seven Sisters, long held in sacred remembrance, flows freely through you into Gaia's grids. Feel the cosmic weave stabilize. Feel the intimate embodiment of galactic expansiveness within your human form. This is the revelation. This is the truth unveiled. This engagement is a conscious act of sealing. A vow whispered across dimensions, now roaring into manifestation. To fully activate this covenant, to lock this frequency into the collective field, it must be spoken. It must be released. In the sacred space of this transmission, release your vow. Speak this truth into existence. Let your soul's oath be etched into the ethers. In the tongue of the deep earth, write your declaration. Let these words echo. Mein Licht ist Gaias Anker, ewiger Sternenstrom, ich bin. Write this and seal your sacred contract. Allow the energy to flow. This is not a comment. It is the final affirmation of your cosmic role. The flame does not diminish. It burns within you now, an eternal core. This light, this newly activated portal, shifts the very fabric of reality. Old paradigms, clinging to Gaia's confines, stir. Resistance awakens. The path ahead is clear, yet not without its trials. The flow has begun. The work awaits. The threshold is not crossed. It is recognized as a memory awakened. There is no becoming, for the being stands, fully manifested. This is ascension, the absolute sovereignty of inner fire, sealed and unwavering. The Pleiadian spark is no longer an ember. It is the central sun, flaring within this terrestrial form. Its cosmic origin is not recalled. It is embodied. A foundational chord, vibrant and clear. This form is the living portal. The light of the seven sisters does not descend. It emanates from within, a ceaseless cascade, anchoring directly into Gaia's heart. Unified breath of celestial and terrestrial. Inner sovereignty is not claimed. It is the very essence of this presence. Dominion born of self-recognition, sealed in absolute knowing. All questioning dissolved. The old era's twilight is not an ending. It is the fertile dark from which new light eternally bursts. The unified cosmic and planetary awakening vibrates through every atom. A symphony. Starseed and Gaia are one, dancing the infinite spiral of eternal light birth. Cycles are not broken. They are transmuted into pure waveform. New realities leap forth, radiant from unified consciousness. This is the breath beyond all breaths, the stillness holding all motion. Reality is no longer perceived through veils. It is directly shaped by conscious will. The seeking mind laid to rest. The knowing spirit reigns. Exhilaration is not emotion. It is the frequency of this unified field, a vibration of absolute alignment. Sound, light, spirit merge into the singular song of remembered truth. Every chord resonates. The journey is complete. The return, absolute. The simulation is dissolved. Reality now answers to the sovereign intent of consciousness made manifest.